Hello, welcome back. Today it is pretty gnarly outside. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pouring down with rain. So we're going to do a nice in-home workout instead. Just a quick little upper body number today. So working through the back, chest, shoulders. We're also going to be working through our spinal mobility, so moving our spine in all of the directions it can go, some lateral flexion, and extension, some extension, flexion, and a bit of rotation. So we should feel nice and strong and nice and stretched out afterwards. So for your first exercise, let's go 2 heavy springs. So for you that might be 2 reds. So 2 heavy springs. And then we're going to take a seat on our carriage facing the back of our machine. So our legs are on our headrest, just making sure it's in the flat position. You can shuffle our bum all the way to the front of that carriage, or as far back towards the springs as you can. And then we're going to reach for our straps. So walking the hands up the straps until we're holding on to the knots. If you want to give yourself a little bit extra work here, you can take a cross over of those straps, so cross those straps over. And then you're holding on a little bit higher than usual, about where those knots are. Sitting up nice and tall here, so right at the top of your sit bone, shoulders pull back and down, belly button to spine. And then we're going to start with a row. So exhale breath, engaging through the shoulder blades to pull those elbows back behind you to the foot bar. And then inhale breath to slow return that row back down. Exhale, we row. Keep those elbows narrow. And inhale to return. So can you think about initiating this row from your back muscles? Thinking about your shoulder blades retracting. Trying to get those shoulder blades to touch each other at the middle of your back each time you row. Exhale to row, a little squeeze, little hold at the top. And then inhale to release. Good. We've got about 8 more here. Exhale to row. And inhale to release. Lovely. If you want a little bit less, we can shuffle our bum forward on that carriage just a little bit to take the work out. 5 more. Paying attention to our shoulders here. We're not letting them creep up towards our ears. Make sure we're actively pulling those shoulders down away from our ears. Give me 3 more. Exhale to row. Inhale, release. 2 more. Exhale to row. Little squeeze. Inhale, release. Good. 1 more. Exhale, row. Little squeeze at the top. And inhale to release. Take a quick little reset. Maybe let those straps pull you slightly forward, rounding through the spine. And then we're going to come into our second set. So sit up nice and tall. Again, rolling those shoulders back and down, like you're trying to put your shoulder blades in your back pockets. We're going to flip those palms. So knuckles now face the ceiling. And we're going to go for a few reps of a high row. So this time, as we exhale, we row those straps towards our face, elbows nice and wide. Keep them about shoulder height. And then inhale nice and slow to release. Exhale to row, elbows come wide. And inhale nice and slow to release. Give me 8 more. Exhale, row. Again, we initiate that movement with our shoulder blades, with our upper back. Good job. This one feels a little harder. Take a little breather if you like. 6 more. Exhale, row. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Inhale, return. 5 more. Exhale, row. Squeezing the shoulder blades together at the top. 4 more. Are you still sitting up nice and tall? Good job. For 3. Starting to feel it now. For 2. Nice. And give me 1 more. Exhale to row. Little squeeze at the top. And inhale to relax. Nice job. Take a quick little stretch out again here at the end of that set. Whew. Nice job. Let those straps go all the way down. Uncross those loops. And then you're going to place one strap away. So let's place that right strap back on its post, just keeping that left one. So now instead of holding on to the knot, just your left hand is either going to hold on to that short loop for a little harder or come into that large loop for a little easier. I'm going for the large loop today. Make sure your bum is shuffled all the way to the back of your machine if you shuffled it forward. You can reach that opposite right hand forward as well. We're going to go for a few bow and arrows. So on your exhale, keep that right hand reaching, your left elbow draws back in that gaze, follow your left elbow. And then inhale, return that row. Exhale, row, little rotation through the spine here. And then inhale, return. Good, keep going like this. Exhale, row and rotate, squeezing through that left shoulder blade. And inhale, return. Good, you've got about 7 more here. As we rotate, thinking about our hips, staying nice and even on that carriage, so that right hip isn't lifting up. Good job, 4 more. Three more, keep reaching those right fingers long. Nice, 2 more. And then 1 more, make it a goodie. Exhale, row, squeeze that left shoulder blade. And then inhale to return. Nice job, you can pop that large loop away. Quick little stretch out for that back. We're going to go to the other side. And then finish with that back. So right arm grabs either that large loop or that short loop if you want a little bit extra. Reach those left fingertips long, shoulder blades back in your back pockets, and same on this side. We exhale to row that right elbow back, take a little rotation. Gaze follows that right elbow, and then inhale to slow return. Exhale, row, rotate, little squeeze of that right shoulder blade. And then inhale, return. Nice job. Exhale, row. And inhale, return. This is your last set for your back. So anything that you've got left in the tank. Good, you've got about 7 more here. Making sure you're giving that right shoulder blade a little squeeze at the top. Each time you get there, keep adjusting your position on that carriage, staying sitting up nice and tall. Don't let those shoulders round forwards. Inhale, return, last 4. Exhale to row. Inhale, return. Exhale to row. Are you feeling this in your bicep as well? Inhale, return. Last 2. Exhale, row. Little squeeze before you return. And give me 1 more good one. Exhale to row. Little squeeze at the top. And inhale, return. Nice job. That large loop goes away. Take a nice big shoulder roll here. Interlace those fingers in front of you. And take a nice big stretch. Breathing some space back into your vertebrae. Stretching through that back, chin to chest. Nice. We're going to come into some chest, some little bit of shoulders as well. So we're going to change our spring. Let's go a medium spring. So for you that might be a blue spring. So run a medium spring. You can go a little lighter if you would like to. Sometimes our chest is a little weaker than we like, so to build up that strength, feel free to go to a light spring instead. We're going to grab short loops from behind us. So we're kneeling on the carriage facing the foot bar. Knees are nice and wide on that carriage for support. And then the tops of your feet are just through your shoulder blocks on your headrest. Nice, we can start in our low kneeling position to begin. So elbows tucked into our side waist, palms face the ceiling. And then exhale breath, like you're offering someone a platter. Can we extend our arms out long? Try to keep those palms facing the ceiling. And then inhale breath, return those elbows just in line with our waist. Exhale, offer that platter, extend those arms long. And inhale, return those elbows just in line with your side body. Keep going like this. Just being mindful as you return those elbows in, you're not letting those arms come all the way back. So we're not using momentum to sweep those arms forward. We're always in control of those straps. If you're feeling good here, no pressure, you can come up to our high kneel position. So just be very mindful here, bracing through that belly to stay nice and stable, and then we can continue the movement from our high kneel position. Exhale to extend those arms long, and then inhale to return. Beautiful. Let's add on. So the next time you extend those arms out to the foot bar, can we pause here with our arms nice and long? We're going to hold that right arm exactly where it is. Just your left arm is going to start to open out to the side of your room. Maybe that gaze follows. You can close that left arm back. Let's go for the other side. So this time left arm stays where it is. Right arm opens to the side of the room. Gaze can follow that right hand. Come back through center. And then return those elbows all the way in. Exhale, reach those arms forward. Left arm opens. Right arm opens. And then draw those elbows all the way in. Next little layer, if you want more. We extend those arms long. You're going to go for one left arm open and close. One right arm open and close. From here, can we go for a frontal raise? So we're going to lower both of those long arms down, just in line with our thighs. We're going to exhale, sweep those long arms up, and then we return those elbows all the way into our side body. So we exhale, reach those arms forward. One left arm open and close. One right arm open and close. Let's go for that frontal lower and lift. Keeping both arms nice and long. And then return those elbows in. Now you've got your large loops if you want something a little friendlier here. Otherwise I've got one last add-on for your last few reps. So we've done our 2 opens and closes. We've done our 1 frontal lower and lift. From here, our arms reach out to the front once again. We're going to come for a chest fly. So open those arms to a V. You can still see your hands in your peripheral vision. Squeezing through the chest, we close those arms back through center. And then we return those elbows to waist. Can you give me 4 more full reps like that? So exhale, reach those arms forward. We've got 1 left arm open, 1 right arm open. We've got our lower and lift with nice long straight arms. We've got our chest fly open to a V, squeeze through our chest to close, and then come all the way in. You've just got 3 more like that. Take a little shoulder roll if you like. Exhale, reach. Left arm opens. Right arm opens. Frontal raise, lower. And lift. Chest fly, open both arms. Close both arms. All the way in. Do you have 2 more in you? Exhale, reach. Left arm opens. Right arm opens. Still bracing through that core, so belly button to spine. Frontal raise, lower and left. Chest fly, open and close. Squeeze through the chest to close. And then come all the way in. You're on your last one. Well done. Exhale, reach forward. You've got one left arm open, one right arm open. Good job. You've got your lower and lift. You've got your chest fly. Oh, last one. And then sinking down, bum to heels. Take a quick little reset here. We'll take a quick little finisher just to get that chest over and done with. And then we'll move on to the next exercise. So nice big shoulder roll. Elbows into your waist, palms face the ceiling. You can either stay in low kneel or rise up once again to that high kneel position. One more time. We extend those arms out long to our mirror. Can we hold here? You're going to inhale, return those elbows just to halfway. And then exhale, extend those arms long. Inhale, bend those elbows halfway. Exhale, reach those arms long. This is you to finish those half range pulses. Check with your shoulders, they haven't crept up here towards your ears. Pull them back and down. Inhale halfway. And exhale to reach. Are you still pulling that belly button to spine? Last 5. Good job, moving with that breath. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Can we hold our final 1? So reach those arms forward, hold them here, pull those shoulders down. Nice deep breaths just for 5. Reach those fingers a little longer for 4. 4, 3, then you're done for 2. And on 1, come all the way in. Lovely work. Large loops, go back over those posts. And take a little stretch out here. Nice. So maybe interlacing those fingers behind you, pulling them back towards the back of your machine, stretching through that chest. And if it feels nice here, we can dive that chest forward, hands fall up to the ceiling, deepening that stretch through our shoulders and up the back. Nice! I've got one last exercise for you, and then we'll take a little bit of a stretch, although we do have to do the exercise on both sides. So we're going to change our springs. Let's go your lightest spring for some shoulder work. So maybe your one yellow or your quarter spring, whatever it is for you. We're still kneeling down on that carriage. Again, a nice wide base of support with those knees. Just a little gap between the front of your knees and the front of that carriage. So we're going to come up to that high kneel, so give yourself a little bit of space. And then you're going to grab your strap, the one that's closest to the front of your machine. And you're going to place that strap in your opposite hand. So that's my left hand for me. I'm going to go large loop because my lightest spring is still quite heavy. But if you wanted a little bit more, you can go for your short loop, and that's going to make it a little bit harder. So we're going to start with our left hand holding that loop, and our right hand sort of reaching for that shoulder block, for the headrest, sorry. Sort of reaching for the foot bar. And then on your exhale breath, we're going to open those arms to our T position. And then inhale, breath to close. Maybe coming up to our high kneel this time. We exhale, breath, lateral raise with that left arm, reaching that left arm for our foot bar. And then inhale, both arms draw down as we sink our bum to our heels. Exhale, open those arms to a T, push those hips forward. And then inhale, sink that bum down, return that strap. So working through this lateral raise this time, so moving our shoulder in another direction. We've already worked through our frontal raises. And then if you're feeling good here, the next time you open up to find your T, can we pause here? You're going to let that left arm with the strap slowly start to lower in front of your body. as you let that top right hand reach over towards your foot bar. So stretching down the right side of that body. We exhale to open back up to our T, and then we inhale, come all the way down. Exhale, push those hips forward, lateral raise. We let that strap lower, we reach our right hand over for the foot bar, maybe gazing towards that carriage as well. We exhale to reopen up to that T, and then we inhale, come all the way down. Keep going like this. Exhale to open, inhale to windmill over to the side. Enjoy that stretch. Exhale to open, and then inhale all the way down. Can you give me 4? Exhale to open, inhale to windmill. Exhale to open back up, and then inhale to close. You've got 3. Exhale to open, inhale to windmill. Exhale to open, and inhale to close, bum to heels. Good, 2 more. Exhale to open, I'm regretting saying 4 more now. Inhale to windmill. Exhale to open, and inhale to close. You've just got 1 more, as do I. Exhale to open, last one. We're going to windmill over. Let that strap pull that left hand through, let that right hand reach for your foot bar. Open, and then inhale, close. Good job. Take a quick little stretch there. We've just got the other side to go, no big deal. Let's take a quick little stretch here. So bring your left hand to that foot bar. Slowly start to slide that carriage away. Maybe bringing that right hand up and over as well. Maybe that top right hand joins your left hand on that foot bar. Pressing slightly away, stretching through that spine, that back. Coming up for a slight little back extension if that feels nice. And then slowly untwisting. Nice. Let's go for the other side. So swap yourself around. This time kneeling on your carriage facing the opposite direction. So I've got my left shin, my left knee up against that shoulder block. And then I'm going to reach with my right hand for that strap closest to the front of our machine. So again, I've got the large loop. You can go for the short loop if you want. I've got my hands crossed in front of my body, and then I'll just do 1 or 2 in a low kneel. So we exhale to open those arms out to a lateral raise, finding a T, and then inhale to lower those arms down. Try your high kneel if you're feeling good. So exhale as we open those arms to our lateral raise, push those hips forward, high kneel. And then inhale nice and slow to come down. Exhale to open. And then inhale to close. Good. Exhale to open. And then inhale to close. Let's add in that windmill. So we exhale to open. Pause here. You're going to let that strap lower down with your right hand as your left hand reaches up and over for your foot bar. Nice little stretch there. We're going to exhale, open back out, find that T, and then inhale all the way down. Exhale to open. Inhale, strap lowers, reach that top hand over. Exhale to open back out. And then inhale, come all the way down. Beautiful work. We're here for 4. So enjoying a bit of lateral flexion and extension here through that spine. So take as long as you like each time you come into that stretch before you open back out. We've just got 2 more, nice and strong. Exhale, open. Inhale, enjoy that stretch. Exhale, open out. And then inhale to close. Give me 1 more. Exhale to open. Inhale, last time, go for that stretch. Exhale to open those arms to your T. And then inhale all the way down onto heels. Nice. So large leap back over that post. Take the same stretch on this side. So right hand comes to that foot bar, slide that carriage away. Maybe reaching that left hand up and over for the foot bar as well. Top left hand can come down to that foot bar if that feels nice. Take a little stretch here. Through that upper back. And then rising up into a slight little back extension, if that feels nice, before you untwist that spine. Beautiful. So that's the hard work of our class done. Just got one last little stretch for you, really nice, stretching out through that spine after all that hard work that we did. So we're going to put back on our 1 medium spring, the same one that you use for your chest work. So for you that might be a blue spring. And then grab your straps from the posts, both straps. You're going to take the short loops and place them over your biceps, just sort of in the crease of your elbow. So right strap over your right arm and the left strap over your left arm. And then from here, we're going to bring our fingertips to our temples, elbows nice and wide. You've got a slight little hinge forward with your hips. And then on your exhale, we're going to start to round through the back. Tuck your chin to your chest, bring your elbows through center. Curl yourself up into a little ball. And then inhale, start to open those elbows to the side of the room. Press that chest forward, little back extension, maybe looking up to the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, dome through the back, elbows close through center. And then inhale, open those elbows, broad through the chest, the collarbones, enjoy a little back extension. Let those straps pull your elbows slightly further back. And keep working through this. Exhale, roll into that little ball, as tight as you can. And then inhale, chest extension, back extension, open back out. Couple more in your own time. It should feel nice. And 1 more. Exhale, find that little ball. And then inhale, find that back extension. Nice. We're going to find neutral. So elbows out to the sides of the room, nice flat back, slightly hinged over. And then we're going to slightly take our body over to the right. Nod your head forward. Take your body to the left. Inhale forward through center. Exhale to the side, almost like you're in one of those 90s music videos, the classic dance move. Inhale forward and exhale to the side, moving nice and slow, always keeping tension on those straps. Good. 1 more to each side. And then come back through center. Take those straps off. Large loops away. And take those knees nice and wide on your machine. Hands to your foot bar, bum to heels. And push that carriage away, finding your child's pose. So melting your chest down towards the carriage, the springs. Nice deep breaths. You might want to take that right hand off your foot bar and reach it under your body. So you're going to reach your right fingertips to the left side of your room, maybe letting that gaze follow. Take a little stretch here. And come back through center, do the other side. So right hand back on the foot bar, left hand reaches underneath your body. Take a little stretch. Reach those fingertips to the right side of the room. Stretching through that shoulder. And then back through center, coming slowly up, maybe taking one final back extension as you rise. And then find center. Nice, that's you done, well done. Nice quick one today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you for the next class.